What's up, guys? So I did a video a while back on how to become a travel agent. And when I tell you that video became so popular around YouTube, and I just figured that it is time for an update on how to become a travel agent now. Plus, I'm going to give you 5 truths about being a travel agent. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about it. For you guys that do not know me, I am Tyra Andre. I'm your award-winning travel host agency. Within the past, 3 or 4 months or so, we have won not one, not two, but 3 different top travel industry awards. And we just want to say thank you to everyone out there that have voted for us. But enough of that. Let's jump into it. So we're going to quickly talk about how to become a travel agent. After that, I'm going to give you, 5 truths about being a travel agent. And I do have my notes there. And I'm going to try to make the video not so long because some of my videos can get a little bit lengthy. Okay. So how do you become a travel agent? So it's something that I get asked a lot. It's something that it's so searchable. Okay, it's so searchable, but it's kind of like it's kind of like a secret, and I kind of don't want it to be a secret, but it is a huge secret in the industry. Okay, so there are 2 different ways that you can become a travel agent. And so the first way that you can become a travel agent is, one, you can create your own agency. All right. So I'll be the first one to tell you that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to create your own agency. And not only is it a lot of work, but it could cost tens of thousands of dollars. And trust me, I know because I do this. This is my job. I'm full time, and it costs a pretty penny, 100% a pretty penny to actually run my agency and have all of the credentials and have everything that we actually need as not only an agency, but a host agency as well. So even if I wasn't a host agency, I was just a regular agency, yeah, it's still gonna cost you a pretty penny to have all of the things that you need to become a travel agent and a travel agency as well. And then so that's one side of it. The other side that you can do to become a travel agent is become a hosted travel agent and actually join a host agency. So we are a host agency. There's tons of host agencies out there. You literally pick your poison. There's a host agency for you out there. I would say do your research. All right. So what is a host agency? Okay. So a host agency is simply put it, a travel agency that has did all of the work, and they're deciding to bring people up under their hosted brand, and so maybe some agencies don't show you what to do. Some agencies just hand you the manual, say, here, figure it out. We try not to be like that. We really try to help agents as much as we can. But long story short, a host agency is simply you becoming a 1099 contractor, independent travel agent with them, and you're actually borrowing their credentials. So with their credentials, if you book something clear across the world and you have that supplier type in those agency credentials, they'll be able to pull that up and see, hey, this booking belongs to Mommy and We Travels. Go ahead and send that commission check to them so that they can give their agent their commission split. Or if you just type the numbers in anywhere, and those numbers are definitely confidential numbers. You can't just go out giving those numbers out. So each agency credential is super confidential to that agency or that host agency. So that's that. So that's what a hosted agency is. Like I said, there's so many different structures that you can go about with different host agencies. Like I mentioned in my last video, I've seen hosted agency splits from 60% commission, 50% commission, you name it, it's 100% out there. You really just have to pick a host agency that works for you, and what works for what you stand for as well. With that being said, commission splits, what's a commission split? A commission split is a split between you and the agency. So let's just say that I'm going to use the same example. You booked a $10,000 trip with Disney, right? You book a $10,000 trip with Disney and you use the agency credentials to actually book it. So at a minimum, if you book a $10,000 trip with Disney, at a minimum, there should be about 10% commission that's already in there. So 10% of that's $1,000. So if you're at a 50% commission split, that means you're only getting $500. You are at a 60% commission split, that's $600 that's coming to you. The remainder is going to the agency. If you're at a 70% commission split, the $700 goes to you. The remainder goes to the agency. And then if you're at, 90%, of course, $900 goes to you. The remainder goes to agency. So that's what a commission split is. And, I'm going to debunk a myth. I mentioned it in my last video. Some people, for whatever reason, think that nobody uses travel agents or travel agencies anymore. And that is 100% a complete lie. 100% a complete lie. Debunk that myth, because not only do you have to be an agency to actually, book people's travel, but you have to be an agency to actually receive commission. So, you name it. Disney, Carnival, Expedia, Marriott, and the names just literally go on and on and on. Pretty much, if it's travel related, there's probably a commission that's in there that's built already in there. So being a travel agent is not where you have to charge your client more money on top of the number that's already there. No, being a travel agent, the commission is actually already added into the package price. And so there, you can charge your client, that price, and then you'll still be able to get paid out of that. So even if, you go on, Expedia or, Carnival or Priceline right now as a consumer and you book something, well, guess what? It's a commission that's already added in there. And if you're not booking it through an independent travel agent or independent travel agency, then guess what? Whoever you booked it through, they get a chance to keep that commission. All right. So I really hope that makes sense. Being a travel agent does not have to be hard. It's 100% not hard. Some travel agents, like travel agencies, host travel agencies like us, we try to make it super simple. So I'll give you us as an example. If interested in becoming a travel agent, you go watch the full webinar. In there, I actually have 4 passwords inside of there because, in all honesty, I want to speak to people that are actually listening. Like, listening is a tool that you're going to really need as a travel agent. So I put 4 passwords in our full webinar so that when you actually before you even get to me, I can see, I ask, what's the 4 passwords? And if you don't know the 4 passwords, you're going to have to go back and rewatch that video, because inside of that video is so many different details and so many different things, to help you understand everything before you get to us, thus having questions that are pretty much already asked, if that makes sense. So for us, like I said, we make it easy. You watch the webinar, you sign up for an appointment, we throw in a quick little mini course just so to make sure that, you can go ahead and understand everything and know how to actually work everything through a mini course. And, the things that I've actually simulated is actually what it's like to be a real travel agent. So, you're going to have supplier courses that are out there that you got to take. Some of them you have to take in order to even book through specific suppliers. So I try to simulate that. So yeah, there's a bunch of different things that you can learn as a travel agent. There's so many different ways that you can go as a travel agent, but nonetheless, you want to pick the host agency that's right for you. And so I would say, when picking a host agency, please, make sure y'all are asking questions. Please make sure you're asking questions and not just signing up, because, and make sure you're reading your contract as well. Every host agency and every agency has their own contract. Please make sure that you're reading that and that you actually understand everything in full. One, you need to be asking, what are the fees? If you went through ours, you already pretty much know how much all of the fees are. We leave nothing up to guessing. Like, we don't do the guessing game. Like, we're super upfront with everything, and everything is pretty much explained during that webinar and right before you get on screen with us. Everything is explained. And of course, if you don't understand it, then I'm there to answer that question again for you. So of course, make sure you're asking tons and tons of questions so that you have a better idea of if being a travel agent is going to work for you. So ask questions. See if you can speak to someone. I would not recommend signing up for anything that's going to cost you a lot of money and you haven't, asked any questions on it. You don't know the specifics of it. So that's what I would say, about that. Being a travel agent does not have to be hard. It's super, super simple to go ahead and sign up and, of course, do everything that you need to do to start booking travel for your clients. All right. So I think that's it as far as how to become a travel agent. Super simple. One, become an agency yourself, which is going to cost you a pretty penny. But hey, if you got it, go ahead and start the process. But I will say that a lot of things that you're going to need is going to be learned by becoming a travel agent. So some places that when you're trying to get credentials, they're going to be looking to see if you have any history, any travel agent history. Have you been a travel agent before? Have you sold anything before? They're just not out there giving out travel industry credentials like hotcakes, if that makes sense. Okay. So I really hope that they answer all of you guys' questions about how to become a travel agent. If you guys are interested in becoming a travel agent, like I said, go and look up reviews. We have so many different reviews, not only here on YouTube, but we have reviews. If you just Google us, just do your research. Do your research, okay? And whether the reviews are good, whether they're bad, you have to take everything into consideration and see if that host agency is going to work for you. All right. So I 100% think that a host agency is the best way to go, especially if you're a new travel agent or if you don't want to kick out tens of $1,000s, per year in fees just because you're a travel agency. All right. So now let's get into those 5 truths that I want to talk to you guys about actually being a travel agent, because it's so important. All right. So number 1, I have that it's not as easy as you think to be a travel agent. So listen, being a travel agent, once you know what you're doing, you've learned what you need to learn, then it becomes easy. But for some people signing up, they think that, and I know this, I will say this, I know this because I have helped hundreds of agents join the travel industry. And so this is just me thinking off the top of my head. These are the 5 truths that I just want to get out there before, so that you're better informed. All right. So it's not as easy as you think. Sometimes agents go online, see on YouTube, social media, people are like, oh, you want to travel for cheap, be a travel agent. You want to, travel for free or something like that, be a travel agent. Listen, y'all don't listen to that stuff. Do not listen to that stuff, because if you're trying to be a legit travel agent, you're trying to learn everything that you can learn so that you can book your clients. Listen, you're going to have to learn. There's things that you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn how to properly authorize your clients. You're going to have to learn how to send invoices and stuff like that, because it's not like you're booking on the regular booking engines. Like, you just go in and, hey Cece, hey cousin Ray, what's your credit card number? That's not how it works in the travel industry. You're going to have to get proper authorization for that trip. So if that client ever comes back and say, hey, I didn't know that, I didn't understand that, you have everything that you need there. They have signed the terms and conditions. You need to have all of your ducks in a row. Okay. So that's number 1. It's not as easy as you think. Can someone sign up today and start booking, within the next week or 2? Absolutely. If they're a fast learner, fast on their feet, absolutely they can. Absolutely they can. But I just want to put it out there that it's not as easy as you think. Being a real travel agent is not like, going on your regular everyday booking engines and just booking clients. Like, no, honey, that's not really how it works. All right. So that's truth number 1. Truth number 2, you need discipline. So if you are the type of person that, you just trying to do everything, no, you got to be focused. When you start your travel brand, you have to be disciplined. I would say post every single day, post something every day. Then this is once you're actually launched. There's things that you got to do before you actually launch, your travel business. But once you have launched your travel business, you have to remember that people like brands that they know, like, and trust. People spend money on brands that they know, like, and trust. They don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, they're not buying from you. So you can't just go out there and you can't just post once and say, post once a month and say, oh my gosh, ain't nobody booking with me. Listen, I won't book with you either. Like, are you still a business? You get what I'm saying? Like, you're posting something once a week or maybe once a month. People are curious as to, are you still a brand? And so what will happen also is, people will actually go back and look at the content that you have posted, just like you would if you're about to spend a couple $1,000s on anything. When you go look at reviews, when you go look at their product, when you go look at stuff like that, see if they're even real, because there's so many different scams that's going on in this world. And before people spend their money, listen, people like to make sure that you're real. So yeah, you got to be disciplined. And if you're having trouble with being disciplined, I would say, schedule out your posts. There's so many different things that you can use to schedule out your posts, but you got to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. It's not something that's where the money's going to come or the client's going to come just because you're there. Absolutely not. Nope. You got to put in, you got to be disciplined. All right. So truth number 3, you need to niche in. There's a lot of different opinions out there. Me personally, I've helped hundreds of travel agents. When I tell you, you need to niche in. You don't understand what the niche is? I got you. A niche is you picking what you're going to specifically focus on. It does not mean that, let's say you're a Disney travel agent, right? You've decided that your niche is going to be Disney. You can eat, sleep, breathe Disney. That's your niche. It does not mean that Susie wants Universal, and just because she only see Disney posts on your website, that she's not going to say, hey, I know you only book Disney, but can you book me Universal too? It's not going to stop your money by niching in. What will stop your money is you just being everywhere. You're just being everywhere, just posting any and everything that you can find on the find to post. All right. So if you look at my site, Mommy and We Travels, not only are we a travel agency, host agency, but I have a brand as well. My brand is we cater to women and children as far as the group booking side, the booking side. You go to our group trips, you're going to see women and children group trips, and so the things that we're posting to our regular page, if you go to Mommy and We Travels, you'll actually notice that it's a lot of family friendly things. People come to me all the time, Tyra, I need to book this adults only trip. We book it for them. And so what I'm saying is, by us being consistent with our brand, it's all about consistency. Whether you're booking children, whether you're booking adults only, it doesn't matter what your brand is. It's all about you being consistent. Okay. So yeah, we're attracting people just by being consistent. So that is truth number 3. All right. So truth number 4. Listen, truth number 4 is strangers will be your best clients. So a lot of times with new agents, when they start off, they think that their friends and their family is going to be their best client. Ha ha, absolutely not. No, strangers are going to be your very best clients. I can promise you that. It's going to be a lot of times, if you ever have any clients that have any issues, it's probably going to be the people that you know the most, or the best. It's going to be giving you a hard time about the cost of the trip and can you do it for cheaper and stuff like that. Listen, let me tell you, when a client, you will get to a point where you have clients that will say, hey, I'm looking for a trip for $5,000-$10,000. This is the budget. I'll be ready to pay when you send the invoice over. All right. It's not going to be the people that it's people out there that will penny pinch you. Those ain't your clients. Let them go. What did they say? They're for the streets. Listen, let them go. Let those go. If you have clients that want to penny pinch you, let them go. Because, if you're doing travel inquiries, how, we show people how they're doing, you should know that client's budget. Send things that's within that client's budget. Okay. So long story short, number 4, strangers will be your best clients. It's not your family members. It's not your friends and your family members. Okay. All right. And so, truth number 5 is that the travel industry is big enough. It is big enough for all of us. This industry, sometimes, agents may try to compete with one another. Listen, we're stronger together. So if you ever think, well, that, it's a lot of people that's a travel agent. Listen, so what? They don't know your people. They don't know your branding. People know you. You get what I'm saying? Like, people are going to trust you with their brand, and with people are going to trust you with their travel and with their money. So you can't look at it like that. The travel industry is 100% big enough for everybody. Okay. And then my bonus, listen, my 6th truth. If you're looking to become a travel agent, a real travel agent, and you're just looking to purchase travel for yourself, I honestly feel like as a host agency and as a travel specialist that has helped hundreds of people, that you're going to be wasting your time, because you have to learn certain things before and of course, like, let's say E&O insurance, errors and emissions insurance. Most host agencies already have E&O insurance, and if you have that host agency that say, oh, we already have E&O insurance, you don't need your own E&O insurance, I need you to think about this, right? So let's say that they did have that $1 million E&O insurance policy, right? And that's for all of their agents. Let's say that they had 1,000 agents, or it doesn't matter how many agents they had, right? Let's say that they did have that $1 million E&O errors and emissions insurance policy, and then they get hit with that claim for that year. One agent messed up or something like that, or something happened, and that agency got hit with that claim. Well, guess what? Because they don't have any money that's there. Let's say if you have any issues and now you have an errors and emissions claim, where you about to get that money from? Because the host agency no longer has it, because there was a claim for that year that wiped them out already. So now there's no more errors and emissions insurance. Okay. So, it's so important for agents to carry their own E&O insurance policy, because sometimes life happens, stuff happens, and maybe the agent thought that they said everything right, thought that they did everything right, and sometimes clients will act a fool or things will happen when the clients go out there, but you have to, there's certain things that you have to have in place. And so if you're just signing up to, maybe book your own travel, I honestly, when you add up all of the costs, I don't think that it adds up. Because let's say on the low end it costs you $800 a year to be a travel agent, right? Unless you're booking yourself $8,000 plus in trips, it ain't gonna even out. 8,000 plus in trips. Let's call it 8,000. Unless you're booking yourself $8,000 a year in trips, 10% commission is $800. You're gonna need at least a minimum of that for it to even, even out, if that makes sense. So if you're looking to become a travel agent just to maybe try to book cheaper trips for you, I say think again. Think again, because it's more it's more that goes into it if you look at the numbers. Okay, so I really hope that this video wasn't that long. I honestly don't know how long this video is, but I really hope that this video wasn't that long. So that was my spiel on how do you become a travel agent now, plus my 5 truths plus a bonus on that topic. All right, so if you guys are looking to become a travel agent, as I mentioned before, inside of the description you will notice our webinar. Watch the webinar in full. Get the 4 passwords correct, okay? Once you do that, at the end of the webinar, it's going to be a calendar link. Go ahead and go to my calendar, fill out the form. Once you're done with that, take the mini course, and I will see you on our next appointment. If you guys enjoyed the whole webinar, go ahead, like, comment, or subscribe. Put something in the comments, I'll answer. And until my very next video, I will talk to you soon. Bye.